So what we all suspected was finally confirmed today. The Prime Minister will not be going up for re-election. I'm still kind of torn on what he means by he will resign before the end of his tenure. Like, is he going to resign before the next election? What could have happened behind the scenes to make somebody retire before the end of their term? I'm not sure. Maybe he's sick and nobody knows. Maybe there's some kind of internal coup. We don't know. What we do know is that he's resigning on a winning note. Won't go into oblivion. The party won't go defunct. Somebody have to take up the mantle and become the new leader of the political party. But before I answer the question of who I think would come next, let me tell you all right off the bat who I think is most definitely not going to come next. Number one, Rohan Sananan. He don't even have a constituency. And even if they give him one, I think most drivers will vote against you. So you go on. Fitzgerald Hines, your political career is in the dump right now. Don't even try it. You waste of time. I know we tend to think that the 1% love Mbert, but trust me, many top businessmen don't like Mbert. He don't have the support. Over on the women's side, we have Shamfa Kojo, somebody who I think can't even successfully run a double scat next to a construction site, so you shouldn't even enter a discussion. Next, we have Donna Cox, the Ghost Whisperer. You had to be talking to Ghost, because I don't feel we forget that they put any clause in the old age grant thing and then they didn't know where it come from. So yeah, you're not in that. So let's move across to who I think the forerunners are in terms of just presence and accomplishments and all of that. First, we have the old saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And then we had Patrick Manning, who made Brian Manning, and that apple fell off the tree and rolled along the hill. He doesn't have the polish yet, Madam Speaker. He just isn't ready yet to take up that mantle. And even though his seat is a safe seat, technically he will win it regardless, just because he had the Manning name and because of where the seat is. He's still not going to get that position. Maybe in about 5-10 years, he will get more in touch with his inner Manningness and he'll be a force to be reckoned with. But for now, stay an MP and polish up your game. Next on the list, we have Mr. Fantastic himself from the Fantastic Four. Come on, tell me a little see it too. Well, let's see it too, right? I am seeing social media chatter saying that he should be the next leader, and I'm saying I not on that totally, you know. This man has lost almost every case with the state when he was Attorney General. I not on that totally. Most people who say that are women because they like his muscle. It's always some nonsense talk, but he look good for his age, and he have plenty muscles, and they want a man like that. All you vote based on shit. That's why we in the position we are today. So I not on that totally. Next, we have the minister who does never smile, and honestly, if I was in his position, I wasn't smiling either, because he's in charge of things like WASA, where if you get water, you remain silent, but if you don't get water, you make a big fuss about it, as you should, because water is life. But because of the very nature of his ministry, he will always be painted in a bad light, because you never hear from the ones who actually get. You always hear from the ones who don't get. If you consider that versus other ministries where what are the MPs doing? You can't even tell me when last they passed a bill in Parliament. For example, if the Ministry of Social Development or the Ministry of Culture or the Arts or whatever falls apart tomorrow, it's not really going to affect your life. You're going to hear what's on the news. But for example, when Mr. Fantastic himself lost a case for the state, yeah, we lost millions, but you personally didn't lose millions. So you just went about your life normal. You complained, but you went about your life normal. Versus, if something went wrong with his ministry, you're definitely going to feel it immediately. With the water, I ain't getting no water, you're on social media complaining. So just because of that, I think that is working against him. But on the flip side, I also won't underestimate him, because clearly he has to be competent enough to still be there. And I say that because the Ministry of Public Utilities is a very high-stress ministry. As a matter of fact, they haven't had a minister last the full term since the 2000s. Everybody has came there and lasted 6 months, a year and a half, 2.5 years, except him. So clearly, bro knows what he's doing. He's new to the political scene, but he clearly is competent behind the scenes. We just don't know it yet, because again, the nature of VASA is you get water, you hush him out, you don't get water, you make a big fuss. Next, we have Penelope Beckles. She, according to the ground, was supposed to take over from Patrick Manning. Something went down and Rowley ended up taking over. She fits the bill in terms of experience, because she's 63 years of age, so she's a bit on the older side. She entered politics in 1995, so she's a long-standing, long-serving member. That's over 30 years of service. Plus, I don't know how she does it, but being in politics with 30 years, and I can't think back to one major scandal that her name was jumping up in. I don't know who her PR team is, but yeah, boy, they have her image on lock. On lock. She is just always in the background doing her thing, and you can't really say anything bad about her, even if you wanted to. What I will say is that the younger generation now are looking for people with fresh and bright ideas, and her being in politics for so long, she kind of represents legacy politics, the exact same politics that the younger generation is saying we have to move away from to usher in the next era of things. So I think that is going to work against us strong. Next, we have Stuart Young. I don't know who is funding this dude's political career, but they're doing a damn good job, because he entered politics. First, he's 50 years. So he's not too old but he's also not too young. He's right in the middle. But he only entered politics in 2015. That is just about 10 years ago, give or take. And since then, he was in every ministry as a minister or something at some point in time. I don't know how that dynamic does work, but he wiggled his way in and he wiggled his way up, and now he's one of the top members of the party. But you see, the problem is that the PNM has always been seen as a black party, just like the UNC has always been seen as an East Indian party. So I don't know how the PNM voter base will respond to having a light-skinned, shiny-looking person as the face of the operation. That is something for us to work out. I have never voted in my life, so I can't say nay or yay on that, but I'm just saying, based on what you're saying, there would be some friction amongst the voter base there. But more importantly, here's the thing. Right now, the Prime Minister isn't too popular. He is so unpopular that bro has to retire before. So he's really not that popular. People are looking for a different thing. They're looking for a change. When they see Rowley, they think hardship. And the issue for that is, he has been aligned with Rowley so much, almost like the Prime Minister's shadow. Anywhere you saw one, you saw the other. Him being the face of the PNM is going to spell disaster. In my opinion, yeah, I'm just saying, my opinion. It's going to spell disaster. The opposition will eat that up alive because they will bring all these pictures. They will dig up these pictures from the archive and beat it like a drum. A vote for him is a vote for Rowley. Same person, they talk the same, they act the same, just different skin color. I can hear Kamala Harris is beating that right now. So he's going to quickly find himself in the exact same predicament that Kamala Harris found herself in the last election in America there, where she had to distance herself from Joe Biden, but she couldn't just turn her back on him because technically he's still the president. He will find himself in that same story because people will always compare him to Rowley, and he will have to draw a line in the sand. But the line can't be too big because, all they're still friends. Next, we have Dr. Amory Brown. This seems to be the person that Rowley is putting to replace him. He has been in politics since 2007, which is about 18 years, give or take. But I can't get an age for him. For some reason, no age. I don't know why they're hiding his age. Wikipedia has nothing. The Parliament page have nothing. So I'm guessing he probably is some alien or something. But he is the person that is replacing, well, the ground is saying, that is going to replace Dr. Rowley in his constituency. Now, will he succeed? I don't know. I'm not sure the PNM executive even wants him to be the leader of the party, if the ground is to be listened to. Sometimes the ground does talk shit, so you have to take everything with a grain of salt. But who do you all think is going to replace Rowley as the next leader of the PNM? If I had to bet money, I would say somebody in this frame right now. We will know soon because elections is this year. They can't hold it back forever because they can't wait too long and then close the election and come and say, alright, he's the man over there. I am saying within the next 2 months, maybe 3 months max, this whole thing has to be settled and we will know who leading the PNM going forward.